Now at 9, a Coffeyville, Kansas man sentenced after pleading no contest to involuntary manslaughter.
Texas families are now demanding answers about the timeline in Tuesday's elementary school shooting. I'm Lauren Blanchard in Uvalde, Texas. I'll have what we know at this point coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jordan Aubie. Some 4 state cemetery visitors are going to find something new this Memorial Day weekend. The GAR Cemetery is incorporating QR codes that lead to directions that will help you find the burial site you're looking for. KOAM's Jalen Banks has more.
The GAR Cemetery's first burial was in 1892. As of today, it spans 86 acres with over 20,000 burials. And just with the scan of this QR code, along with your smartphone, you can find the exact location of your loved ones. With Memorial Day around the corner, many people will be making visits to the graves of those who served our country. Now, QR codes are placed around the cemetery, making it accessible to visitors.
The people really enjoy this, and they're very thankful for this program because it makes it so much easier, and I've simplified it down to where basically pretty much anybody can do this if they have a smartphone.
All you have to do is scan the code and type the name in. Then select the name and finally directions. Cemetery manager Nancy Bro says the motivation for the program came from her compassion for the families.
They feel that we care because we do care. This is our job, yes, but it's my passion. It's something that I've been doing for over 10 years, and I really take pride in what I do.
In Miami, Oklahoma, Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
This will be the first Memorial Day weekend the feature is available at the cemetery. Doug Kennedy joining us now. First look at the forecast. Sun peaked out today.
It did a little bit, but again, we got more rain. We had showers. We had some thunder showers, really. Nothing strong, nothing severe, but thankfully the rain is going to be rolling out of here. High temp 65, well below where we should be for this time of the year of 80. But look at the rain rotating east of the region, so we are all dry now, and we're going to get a nice little stretch of pretty dry conditions over about the next 5 or 6 days. Chilly upper 50s to near 60. We drop near 50 later on tonight. Of course, we'll look at the holiday weekend here in just a bit.
Chilly. Doug, thank you. A Coffeyville, Kansas man accused of shooting and killing another man back in 2020 was sentenced today. Ethan Bellamy is going to spend nearly 5 years in prison, followed by 3 years probation. Authorities accused Bellamy of shooting and killing Otis Horner at an East Coffeyville apartment in June 2020. Bellamy was originally charged with first-degree premeditated murder. He pleaded no contest, however, to involuntary manslaughter back in March. A lot of Southwest Missouri families are going to be paying more for electricity, and some Southeast Kansans will pay less. The Missouri Public Service Commission has approved new base rates for Empire District Electric Company doing business as Liberty. A Missouri residential customer using 1,000 kilowatt hours of energy monthly will pay a base rate of about $9.93 more per month. That's an increase of more than 7.5%. Now, in addition to that, those Missouri customers are going to pay an increased fuel adjustment charge of $5.85 per month. Both of those higher charges take effect June 1st. However, starting in mid-October, customers can get lower rates during the off-peak hours of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Empire Electric customers in Kansas will soon see a reduction in their monthly bills. A settlement agreement approved today by the Kansas Corporation Commission calls for a 3.8% decrease effective July 1st. This amounts to a bill reduction of $2.95 per month for residential customers with average usage. You can find more information on rate changes in both states on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Texas authorities say the investigation into Tuesday's school massacre is going to take some time. Families are now demanding answers as questions mount over the timeline of this attack. Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard has more.
A heartbroken Texas community is coping with the loss of nearly 2 dozen, plus trying to look for answers on what went wrong.
As soon as they heard that gunshot, they should have rushed in.
Texas authorities facing mounting criticism over how long the suspected gunman in Tuesday's elementary school massacre remained barricaded before authorities killed him.
They don't make entry initially because of the gunfire they're receiving. But we have officers calling for additional resources. Everybody that's in the area, tactical teams, we need equipment.
The state's Department of Public Safety says up to an hour may have passed. Onlookers reportedly urged police officers to storm the school.
A lot of the parents were arguing with the police. Y'all need to go in. Y'all need to go do your jobs.
Among them, the father of 10-year-old Jacqueline Cesares, who was killed in the shooting. The rampage finally ending when a Border Patrol team rushed in and shot the gunman. Multiple agencies are now working to find answers.
We want to know what happened. Recreate the scene. That takes days. That takes hours. That takes time.
Meanwhile, 21 white crosses now line the lawn of Robb Elementary School. Each contains the name of an innocent person killed in the shooting. Neighbors now gathering to support families through their immense loss.
Pay, respect to the children and the teachers because it's very heartbreaking.
More than a dozen others were injured in the shooting. Still, several remain hospitalized. In Uvalde, Texas, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Amid the tears and heartbreak over the school shooting, there is even more grief for a new victim. Fox News correspondent Alexis McAdams has these details.
Don't cry, I'm so sorry you're crying. A mother in tears as 21 white crosses sit in front of this Texas elementary school. Each one stands for an innocent life lost in the Uvalde school shooting. Now another tragedy as the husband of one of the heroic teachers has died. The family saying Irma Garcia's husband, Joe Garcia, passed away this morning of a medical emergency. But really, they say he died of a broken heart. This couple were high school sweethearts, together for more than 30 years. They now leave behind 4 children. So many families left broken. The grandpa of Jose Flores remembering the last time he saw his 10-year-old grandson. Now the next time will be at his funeral.
He was just a little boy, like growing up, going to school.
As families plan these services, Ellie Garcia's mom writing she can't eat, drink, or even get out of bed, sickened by the loss of her little girl, asking why this shooting wasn't prevented. Other families have questions about the teen gunman.
I just don't understand how people could sell that type of a gun to a kid, to an 18-year-old. Like, what is he going to use it for?
The father of Jacqueline Cesares grieving, holding her photo in his hands, asking why police didn't respond sooner.
I honestly think that it could have been, so a lot more could have been prevented or prepared. I didn't see no preparedness at all.
With the unanswered questions, grief, and anger, a local minister trying to offer comfort.
I may cry some more here as we speak. You may cry because our hearts are broken. But you know what I also know and I also believe? God's heart is broken.
Right now, funeral homes in Uvalde preparing for these services, some coming as soon as this weekend. This as a Texas man is on his way to that town to donate 21 caskets, 19 of those custom for the small kids. In New York, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
The nation's education secretary visiting Capitol Hill today for testimony on what can be done to make schools safer. Fox News correspondent Lucas Tomlinson reports.
Educators across the country have and would give their lives to protect children, but damn it, that's not enough.
Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona sounding off on Capitol Hill, saying our teachers and students deserve to feel safe following this week's mass shooting that claimed the lives of 21 students and teachers in Uvalde, Texas.
Let's not normalize this. Let's use every ounce of influence that we have to get something done to help prevent this from happening again.
Cardona also rejected calls to arm teachers as a way to prevent mass school shootings, describing the idea as a dangerous distraction.
The solution of arming teachers, in my opinion, is further disrespect to a profession that's already beleaguered and not feeling the support of so many folks.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle admit there's no easy path forward in proposing legislation on gun safety. Some Democrats are frustrated with their GOP colleagues over their resistance to push forward a bill on gun safety.
We are the only country in the world in which our kids go to school wondering whether they will survive the day.
Some GOP lawmakers remain divided on the idea of universal background checks.
In the case of Texas, hardening background checks wouldn't have helped. If that's your definition of gun control, banning guns, if gun control laws like that worked, Chicago would be Mayberry.
Chuck Schumer has told his colleagues to prepare to vote on gun control legislation when they return from the Memorial Day recess. At the White House, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
KOAM News at 9. On Fox 14 takes this time now to honor another four-state hero. Earl Stanlick served in the U.S. Army from 1951 to 52. Native of Neodesha, Kansas, Stanlick was stationed in Korea, receiving several awards. We are proud to thank and salute Corporal Earl Stanlick. He's tonight's four-state hero. Doug Heddy's next with a complete look at the forecast. And later, the Webb City baseball team preparing to play in the state quarterfinals this weekend. Gonna hear from the team in sports.
Well, of course, it's been wet over the past week, really. We continue to have the showers and thunder showers around for us today, but thankfully the rain is moving out, but it's done its damage. Over an inch of rain once again for us today. We're well over 12 for the month. For the year, we are almost at 26 inches, so we're 8 inches above where we should be for this time of the year. Also, the clouds and showers have kept our temperatures cool, 60s. Over the past 2 days, it's chilly out there right now. Of course, we're heading into Memorial Weekend. Temperatures mainly upper 50s to lower 60s right now, and we'll drop back kind of in that 48 to 60 degree range. But at least the rain is out of here, so we're going to start to dry things out as we go into the next couple days. Look at the rain pushing off in the south central parts of Missouri, so rotating out of here. As of right now, we have none in the entire four-state area, which is nice to see, and we will continue to be dry as we go through the overnight hours. We are going to see some fog trying to press in, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Nice little ridge of high pressure builds in over the next few days, gives us pretty good weather. We could see a couple little random showers Saturday morning, and then high pressure builds in, keeps all the storm systems out to the west, so this in return is going to give us a really nice holiday weekend as we head into the next few days. All right, let's go through time tonight. Kind of chilly, 48 to 50 by morning. Plenty of sunshine as we go through the daytime hours. Temps, mid-70s for highs. We'll start at 49, 70 by noon. High temp, 76. Northerly winds, light at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, not as chilly. We drop back into the mid-50s for overnight lows. And then Saturday, may get a random shower in here early. And then I think we look pretty good, partly sunny skies. We go into the mid-80s during the afternoon. So we're warming up back to where we should be for this time of the year. Let's go into Sunday, still partly to mostly sunny skies, mid-80s for highs. We'll be in the 90s out across central Kansas, mid-80s again by the time Monday rolls around. On Tuesday, we'll start to see some thunderstorms out to our west. Cold front will head toward us, so this will bring in a pretty good chance for showers and thunderstorms, big complex late Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then giving us chances for those showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. 76 tomorrow, random showers Saturday, but the entire weekend looks pretty good. Then those rain chances sneak back in by the time we head into Wednesday and then Thursday of next week. So severe weather threat, we'll have to put a threat back in for really late Wednesday into Thursday, and then late Friday into Saturday. We only have a few more weeks of traditional severe weather season, which is good, even though we can get severe weather any time of the year, really, but at least we are winding down on that.
That is good. We need to dry out, though.
We do. It's super wet.
Yeah. Squishy out there. See you in a little bit. Thanks so much, Doug. Coming up, Russia's growing fight.
The Ukrainians are in the fight for their lives in the east, with the Russian military escalating their attacks on both army and civilian targets. I'm Trey Yingst in Kharkiv. I've got the details coming up.
First, here's a look at our tower camera, sponsored by R.E. Smith Construction, as work continues on the KOAM More Power project. Check it out anytime on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/power. Ukraine's defense ministry says Russia has taken the advantage in the east, where a scorched earth policy is leading to more gains by Moscow. Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst has more now from Ukraine.
It's the most intense fighting since the war started. The Russian military pounding Ukraine's front line in the east, concentrating a huge force along a narrow front, hoping to destroy the Ukrainian defenses. We're also seeing more attacks on civilian targets and infrastructure, including shelling here in the Kharkiv area that killed at least 7 people on Thursday.
The fighting has reached its maximum intensity. The enemy is storming our positions in several directions. We have an extremely difficult stage of fighting ahead.
Ukraine's defense ministry admitting for the first time battlefield momentum has shifted, and the Russians have the upper hand in the east. Moscow now controls at least 90% of Luhansk province, and the remaining Ukrainian-held cities there are under constant bombardment.
I think his endgame at this point is to take as much territory as he can along that land corridor that runs from Rodina, Mother Russia, down to the Crimea.
Meanwhile, with Russia still blockading Ukraine's Black Sea ports, millions of tons of badly needed food remain stranded. Russia claimed Thursday it was working on opening up a humanitarian corridor, but later said ships could only use the port of Mariupol, which fell to Russian forces last week.
Violation of the rules and norms in the field of international finance and trade doesn't lead to anything good.
The Russians say they'll lift the blockade on Ukraine's coastline in exchange for sanctions relief from the West. In Kharkiv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Still ahead, going to preview a new National Mall sculpture honoring World War I veterans. Tonight, people in Carthage had a chance to learn more about an upcoming bond proposal. There was an informational meeting at the Carthage R9 Auditorium. Now, the proposal is for a performing arts center, a new one at the high school campus, with classroom space for band, vocal, music, and drama programs.
There are many reasons we need a new performing arts center. Right now, we're an auditorium that is 40 years old. We need something updated with more equipment, better equipment. Plus, the new performing arts center will have classes in it.
Carthage school officials expect to hold another informational meeting sometime in July, which is closer to the August election. Work underway for a new National Mall sculpture honoring World War I veterans. The piece that's taken years to create won't be ready until next year, but Fox's Richard Giacova's got a sneak peek of what it looks like at the sculptor's headquarters in New Jersey.
It's been more than a labor of love for Sabin Howard.
When you hear the word "in service of," that's what I feel I'm in service of.
A New Jersey sculptor who with each carve remembers and honors the brave Americans who have fought in the First World War.
Because I realize how much suffering has gone into their experience and how little caring is involved in our society towards people that have actually sacrificed.
Sabin is an avid sculptor. He was chosen by the World War I Centennial Commission to create a national memorial to remember a war they feared would be forgotten.
Then he leads the battle charge. After that, you have the cost of war. Here he is, transformed, shell-shocked.
It's called A Soldier's Journey. 5 scenes, 38 figures, every story deeply personal and emotional, especially for veterans like Wilfred Selby, a medic who treated soldiers wounded in combat. And as he looks at the faces of these sculptures, he can't help but feel overwhelmed.
It's very emotional, what you were trying to do.
Sabin has been sculpting since August of 2019. He has a 4-year sculpting period, and as each section is completed, it's taken to a foundry where it's cast in bronze. By December of 2023, A Soldier's Journey is expected to be completed, and it will be shipped to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. to the World War I Memorial Park for a special unveiling on Memorial Day of 2024.
This is only 27 feet out of 60.
Sabin's hands still have a lot of work ahead of them, but for this artist, it's the least he can do to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice, who lived this journey, a soldier's journey.
Once a veteran, always a veteran.
In Englewood, New Jersey, Richard Giacovis, Fox 5 News.
So beer and grilling go together for many people, right? Next, how one brewer wants to cover all aspects of this combination. Miller Time by the Barbecue taking on a whole new meaning. Miller Lite now releasing, listen to this, Doug, charcoal that smells like the company's iconic beer. According to Miller, they reduce their beer to a concentrate that is then coated on the charcoal, which releases Miller Lite flavor when set on fire. The company says this is a limited time offer. So if you want to try this, it's available online for about $12 per bag. Watch out, though. I was thinking about this during the break. Do you really need that? Because the neighbors will be like, quit drinking so much. I can smell the beer all the way to my place. He's up on that. Come on. 30 more minutes, news, weather, and sports coming away. Warning about a new scam involving U.S. Customs calling you about a package. Also,
summer travel is on the rebound. I'm Jerry Willis with Fox Business. Coming up, the hot spots from coast to coast.
Make sure your camera.
So if you've received a call from someone saying they work with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and they intercepted a package addressed to you, heads up, it might be a scam. The scam works by you receiving a call that your package has been intercepted by U.S. Customs. They will then transfer you to a so-called agent. And then you're going to be asked for your personal information to confirm your identity on the package. It's all just to steal your identity.
I'm sick and tired of people taking advantage of people all the time. I work hard for every dollar I have, and I know everybody else does too. And for some people making a job out of stealing money from people, if I can help stop that, that's my main objective.
So it's important to note that Lisa took the phone call, but she did not fall for the scam. She did not give any personal information. The BBB, the Better Business Bureau, by the way, says they've received 127 reports nationwide mentioning Customs and Border Patrol so far this year. Miami, Oklahoma is gearing up for fun on Route 66 this July. Today, organizers released the entertainment lineup for this year's Route 66 Heritage Festival. Friday's headliner, Kyle Park, with Lane Hardy performing on Saturday. Miami's tourism director says putting this event together is a team effort.
So our goal as a committee when we looked at year two was really to try to mix the music up a little bit. We've brought in some younger talent. We still have 6 of the 8 bands that have ties to Miami, which was very important to the committee. But we do anticipate, again, record numbers. I mean, we're in year 2, but it's free music and it's over 2 days.
Other bands performing include Backwood County, and the Abby Thomas Band. This year's free festival, by the way, is July 29th and 30th. McDonald County Schools and OPA Food Service teaming up to help kids improve their wellness. The district is hosting their Spring into Wellness Health Fair. The goal is to help students make healthier choices and teach them how eating right can benefit their overall health. There's going to be 8 different stations this year, ranging from a smoothie station, farmer's market, also yoga.
There is too much processed food. There's too much sugar in everything that a lot of the things that the kids enjoy. It's actually more cost efficient to eat sugar than to eat healthy. But I want to teach kids that how important it is. I want to change nutrition for kids.
Health Fair is expected to host over 1,800 students through the week. For a full list of activities, head over to our website. Again, it's komnewsnow.com. AAA predicting more than 39 million people going to drive or fly for Memorial Day weekend vacations, and the travel industry is ready to take that money. Fox Business Network's Jerry Willis has more on some of the summer hotspots as travel rebounds.
Americans are ready to hit the road this summer despite record gas prices and red-hot inflation.
Travel is back. We have demand equaling 2019 levels in some cases.
Experts say to look out for multi-night hotel stay promotions to cut down on costs.
So stay 2 nights, get a 3rd night free. Stay 4 nights, get a 5th night free. Also look for prepaid rates because those are going to usually save you some money. Just make sure you read the fine print because a lot of them don't have a cancellation policy attached to them.
Luxury travel network Virtuoso says the top destination for summer includes Hawaii, Colorado, and California. Wine country is hot on the list for road trippers looking to sip a perfect Pinot.
But it also just offers so much, whether it's beach or city or the food and wine scene in Napa. You can have a gorgeous experience there for not a lot of money.
All the way on the other side of the country, the Catskills are an easy drive from New York City. Resorts like Callicoon Hills are benefiting from return business from pandemic-era weddings.
A lot of people who got married last year are coming back this year, and they told their friends about it, and they're coming to stay with us.
And that's a welcome trend for a region where tourism generates roughly $1.5 billion a year, supporting about 20,000 jobs.
People have been coming up to the Catskills for over 150 years to escape the city. We recognize that we're not reinventing the wheel. We're just really dialing into the authentic experience.
With gas prices soaring, travel watchers recommend shortening your road trip or considering Amtrak. For airfares, The sooner you book, the better, so hurry up. In New York, Jerry Willis, Fox Business.
A bit later, the back and forth going on still in Depp's defamation trial.
Amber Heard takes the stand today in a countersuit against Johnny Depp. I'm William LaJeunesse in Los Angeles. Details coming up.
The same as you.
Well, another day that we had the on and off showers across the region, but finally we're going to start to dry out as we go through the next several days. But look at all the rain that we've had this month, over an inch again today, over 12 for the month. Some areas have had 16, 17 inches of rain. For the year, approaching 26 inches of rain. We average about 17 3/4. Last year at this time, we were 10 inches less than what we have seen so far this year. All right, temperatures also with the clouds and the showers have kind of been pretty cool, actually. Only into the 60s yesterday. We only went into lower 60s for us today. It's chilly out there right now. We are going to warm up a bit over the next couple days, upper 50s to near 60 degrees. 7th and Rangeline sitting at 58. Humidity is at 87%. With the winds dying down later on tonight, we are going to start to get some patchy fog. So watch out for that if you are going to be outside on the roadways. But you can see this whole storm system wrapping up, heading away from us. So we have been drying out. Our far eastern counties had some showers earlier this evening, but since then, everybody's dry. We are looking pretty good as this storm system continues to work off toward the east. We get a little nice ridge of high pressure that works in. One wave shoots to our north on Saturday. This could give us a few showers early, and then high pressure kind of builds in on the eastern third of the country. And what that does is it keeps all the storm systems out to the west, which means we get actually a pretty good weekend. We're going to have nice temperatures and we get to stay dry through the holiday. All right, let's go through time. By morning, upper 40s to near 50. So it's going to be a cool start. We'll have some patchy fog. As we go through the day, we warm through the 50s, 60s, into the mid 70s during the afternoon. So Friday looks great. I'll pull out your day planner for you. We're going to start at 49, that fog, 70 by noon. Northerly winds are going to be light at 5 to 10, 76 during the afternoon. North winds at 5 to 10, plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow night, we'll start to get a few clouds that will increase across the region. With those clouds, by Saturday morning, we could get a few spotty showers, especially in our northern counties. Then we break back out and we see partly sunny skies into the mid 80s by the time we head into Saturday afternoon. Looks pretty good. As we go into Sunday morning, temperatures only drop off right around 70 degrees for an overnight low. We're going to rebound again on Sunday into the mid 80s. So this is a good weekend if you want to hit the pools or the lakes. The lakes are going to be pretty cold still. And then we warm into the mid 80s once again by the time we head into Memorial Day. I really don't see good chances for rain rolling in until late Tuesday and Wednesday as our next storm system will start to head toward us. 76 tomorrow, 84 on Saturday, 86 on Sunday. We hold into the mid 80s all the way through the middle of next week.
It's a good idea. Hit the pools this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, water's cold, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the lakes definitely. You never.
Yeah, the lakes are. Lakes don't warm up till about the 4th of July.
That's something. So. Doug, thank you as always. Actor Ray Liotta, perhaps best known for his iconic role in Martin Scorsese's crime classic Goodfellas, has died. The actor was working on a movie in the Dominican Republic when he died in his sleep. There was no foul play, according to officials. Liotta was a New Jersey native whose acting career spanned 4 decades, appearing in movies including Field of Dreams, awesome movie, right? Also Something Wild and Copland. More recently, he'd appeared in Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story, starred in the NBC drama Shades of Blue. Liotta was just 67 years old. All right, coming up in sports, 6 local high school baseball and softball teams hitting the field in the first round of state championship tourneys. Plus, 3 Webb City seniors signed to continue their football careers together in college. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more next.
Six local high school baseball and softball teams hit the field today for state tournaments in Kansas. First up, on the baseball side, the Colgan Panthers face undefeated Crest in the first round of the 2A bracket. Now, Crest jumped out to a 5-0 lead in this one. Colgan closed the gap but falls in the end 5-3. The Panthers end the season with a 10-13 overall record. In Class 3A, the Girard Trojans face TMP Marion in the first round this afternoon in Manhattan. Sixth inning here, Jacob Combs for Girard beats the throw to first. Trojans have a base runner. Then later in the inning, Drake Brooks would bring him home to the left side here. Throw comes home, but Combs beats it. Then after that, Wyatt Foley up. He will get a hit. Scores Brooks from third. Girard takes this one 8-2. They'll face Wichita Collegiate in the state semifinals tomorrow morning. On the other side of the 3A bracket, another CNC team. Third-seeded Columbus Titans face the 6th-seed Sabetha in the first round. Colt Ungeheyer scores on a passed ball in the bottom of the 7th, and that's how Columbus wins it. Titans take it 5-4. They'll face Bishop Ward in the state semifinals tomorrow at 1:15. One more local baseball team playing at state today. Class 4A, Iola faces Ottawa in round 1. Another good one here, but the Mustangs see their season end falling to the Cyclones 5-3. The Frontenac Raiders are in the state softball bracket for the 3rd consecutive season. The Raiders face Kingman tonight in Manhattan, aiming for a spot in the state semifinals. Now this is the 4-5 matchup. Frontenac is the 5 seed, Kingman is the 4 seed. The Raiders, though, get it done, winning 7-3. Frontenac moves on to face Santa Fe Trail in the state semifinals at 11 a.m. tomorrow. In the 2A softball bracket, the Colgan Panthers up against undefeated El Saline in the first round this evening. Colgan falls in this one 5-2. Panthers finish the season with an 11-13 overall record. The Webb City Cardinals are still alive for a baseball state championship. The Cardinals will play in the state quarterfinals on Saturday on the road against Platte County. The Webb City has a little momentum heading into this weekend's quarterfinal matchup. They've won 4 straight games and 7 of their last 8. Defense and pitching has been a big reason for their hot streak. The Cardinals have allowed just 1 run in the last 3 games, including 2 shutouts.
I feel like we've been playing really well, but we know Platte County is a really good team. We're going to have to keep pitching well and playing good defense, and that's what wins in the playoffs, pitching and defense. So we're really focused on that.
Cooper and Gavin, they've been throwing really well, and it's really hard for people to hit them, which helps us out a lot. But I mean, also our hitting at the beginning of the season was a little iffy, but as we came into the season, it's gotten a lot better, and it's helped us out in the long run.
Finally, 4 student athletes signed today to continue their careers in college at Webb City High School. 3 of them going to stay teammates. Brenton Wilson, Buddy Belcher, and Braxton Serber all signed to play football at Peru State in Nebraska. Now, the 4th is Max Higginbotham. He signs today to play basketball at Westminster College in Fulton, Missouri.
It feels good just to finally have this done. It's almost like a relief. My whole life I've just kind of dreamed of playing at the next level. It feels good to just keep playing the game I love. And I was very grateful to be able to have the opportunity. Just the home atmosphere. They bring a family culture, and it's about playing as a team, and it's about being together. And that stood out a lot to me. And so that made me really excited to go there because that's what I'm searching for in a place I'm going to be. So
that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
The rain gives way to
Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard is nearing its end. The 6-week trial started back on April 11th. Today, the last of the witnesses took the stand. Fox News national correspondent William Lajeunesse has more on this story.
It was a day of rebuttal testimonies Thursday as the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial continues. Both sides calling witnesses to offer counter insight into key evidence. Depp's team calling up orthopedic surgeon Dr. Richard Gilbert, who said a vodka bottle could have injured Depp's finger, as the actor claimed.
A simple fall would not result in a comminuted fracture such as is seen in these x-rays.
Dr. Dawn Hughes was back on the stand to say Heard suffered from PTSD, a claim Depp's expert witness said was not appropriate. Hughes disagreed.
I did a clinical assessment of those symptoms to see if they meet criteria for PTSD. And yes, she did meet PTSD from that.
Depp's legal team questioned that diagnosis, saying the test must be administered within a certain time frame.
The instructions say, look over the past year.
Yeah, on this, yes, it says that.
And you had actual knowledge when you gave the test that Mr. Depp was gone way more than a year before this test.
That is correct.
A tearful Heard also returned to the stand.
I am harassed, humiliated, threatened, every single day. This is painful. And this is humiliating for any human being to go through.
During Her's rebuttal testimony, the judge stepped in, giving the gallery a stern warning.
If I hear one more sound, I will clear the gallery and we will continue this testimony without anybody in the courtroom.
Closing arguments for the trial are expected Friday. In Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
Coming up, going to check out what's playing at the movie theaters and available through at-home streaming this weekend. An action sequel and an animated comedy lead to new releases this Memorial Day weekend. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Memorial Day weekend brings a long-awaited sequel and a couple highly anticipated series. In theaters nationwide is Top Gun: Maverick, following up the 1986 classic. Tom Cruise is back in the pilot seat, training Top Gun graduates for a new mission. Among those joining him for the action are Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, and Jon Hamm. Stars of one of Fox's animated series are on the big screen in the Bob's Burgers movie. When a ruptured water main creates a sinkhole, it's up to Bob, Linda, and the rest of the Belcher family to save the business.
You still want Kenobi?
On streaming, Disney Plus adds Obi-Wan Kenobi. The series is set 10 years after Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, when Obi-Wan faces Anakin Skywalker turned Darth Vader. Ewan McGregor is the Jedi Master, and Hayden Christensen returns to the role of Darth Vader.
You've broken everything.
Netflix drops Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1, 5 hours longer than any previous season. The Hawkins friends are separated for the first time when the latest supernatural threat surfaces, and their mystery solving could close the door on the Upside Down.
Hawkins is cursed.
Stranger Things Season 4 is the next to last season in the series. It's split in 2 parts, with Volume 2 premiering July 1st. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Going to leave you tonight with video of some guys and gals usually behind the cameras here at KOAM. Be safe. Do this all again tomorrow. See you then.